One quiet night, a teenage girl was sitting with her grandmother in the living room. The wind was blowing outside, and the neighborhood was very quiet. The girl asked her grandmother, "Grandma, why is the old bathhouse at the end of the street always closed?" Her grandmother was silent for a moment, then looked at the window as if remembering something old. She said in a low voice, "Child, people say it is closed because of an old story, a story about gold and a little girl." The girl moved closer and asked, "What happened?" Her grandmother sighed and began. Many years ago, a woman heard that gold was hidden under the old bathhouse. She got greedy and went there with her young daughter. They entered the bathhouse, which was dark and cold. The water dripped slowly, making strange sounds. As they searched the ground, they found a deep hole, and at the bottom gold was shining. The woman said to her daughter, "Go down, my child, and bring me the gold." The little girl went down into the hole and started picking up the shining pieces, giving them to her mother. But after a while, the hole began to close. The little girl cried out in fear, "Mom, the hole is closing on me." But her mother, blinded by greed, said, "Keep going, just a little more." The hole kept shrinking, and the little girl cried and screamed, "Mom, the hole is going to trap me." Her mother insisted, "Take a little more." Suddenly, the hole closed completely. Her grandmother paused, and the girl felt a shiver. She asked, "And after that?" Her grandmother whispered. People said that in the following days, they started seeing long hair coming out of the bathhouse walls, like the little girl was still trapped inside. From that day on, the bathhouse was always closed, and nobody dared to enter. The girl laughed a little. Maybe it's just a scary story for kids. Her grandmother didn't smile and said, "Maybe," but her eyes were fixed on the old bathhouse at the end of the street. That same night, the girl couldn't stop thinking about the story. She said to herself, "It's probably just a story. I need to see for myself." She put on her jacket and walked through the empty street until she reached the closed bathhouse. The door was old and rusty, but slightly open. She pushed it slowly, and it made a long creaking sound in the dark. She stepped inside. The air was cold and strange. Water dripped loudly around her. She walked further and saw the cracked floor. Suddenly, she heard a soft voice from under the floor. It was a little girl's voice. "Mom, the hole is closing." The girl froze in place. The voice was the same that her grandmother had told her about. Fear gripped her, and she ran toward the door. But just before she could leave, she heard the voice again, closer this time. "Wait, the gold is still here." She didn't look back. She ran out, her heart beating fast. Her grandmother was waiting in the living room, as if she already knew where the girl had gone. She said calmly, "You went to the bathhouse, didn't you?" The girl was silent, her face pale. Her grandmother sighed and said, "I told you the story not just to scare you. This bathhouse does not like anyone getting close." The girl whispered, trembling, "Grandma, I heard a little girl's voice." Her grandmother was quiet for a moment, then said, "Yes, many people said they heard it." Then she looked at the girl and said, "But the real danger is when someone hears the voice more than once." At that moment, the girl heard a soft whisper behind her in the room. "Wait, the gold is still here." She turned quickly, but there was no one. Only a thin strand of black hair lay on the floor. She lifted her head to find that she had never returned home at all. The figure standing before her was not her grandmother. It was the evil spirit of the bathhouse. The spirit looked at her and said, "You thought you had left the bathhouse? No one enters here and leaves. Just as I was trapped. I have been here for years, and you will stay here forever." Then silence fell. Everything disappeared, and the poor girl vanished forever.
Can you help me?